Hi, so this is a story about how I got the worst lift of my life. And in the process, or after that lift, I learned one of the biggest lessons. So, yeah. Um, I had went to a poetry session alone with a taxi. And after the thing was done, now it's time to go home. So I figured, let me just valelisa to a few people that I know. And one of those people was a guy who was emceeing at the event. So how, as I'm like saying bye, this guy offers me a lift because now he's asking me where I live, and I tell him, and where I live is practically like on the way to where he stays. So I figured, it's on the way, so I might as well, accept his offer. And now I had to wait for him to finish doing whatever he's doing. And while I'm waiting, I'm conversing with other people, and eventually he comes and he shows me the car, and he opens the car for me to wait in. So I sit in the back of the car because, isn't those abantu, you can't just join and just enter my front seat. So as I'm like sitting in the back, how guy comes after a while, and when he comes, I'm thinking, maybe we're like gonna go, or maybe if there's someone else, he'll go in the driver's seat. And does guy go in the passenger seat? Guy is a passenger. So now I'm like, oh my goodness, like I just got offered by a passenger, and I don't even know who the driver is. So I'm sitting at the back and I'm thinking, Guti, we are waiting for the driver now, for the three of us to go. No, the driver doesn't come. Another guy comes, and then now he can see that, there's someone on the one side. So he goes around and gets in on the other side. And he sits there. So there's a bag in between us. So, fine. How now I'm thinking, okay, manje, driver. Yeah, for sure. For sure, driver's gonna come now. We're gonna leave. Yeah. Fine. And the driver does come. Driver afike manje in the car. When the driver gets in the car, how aspelelang bushu driver ke manje aspelelang kusho tukeletso. How ukeletso afike. Keletso now is like, a young lady, and she's a big girl. So ukeletso now has to go sit in the front seat because she's just looking good. Okay, emuvangati, it's a situation that might be tricky. So she goes in the front seat, and then passenger guy manje comes to the back, and I'm now in the middle, and I'm thinking, it's full now. It's ready for the people to go. It's not ready. Does the driver not say, didn't Karabo say he's also coming with? So I'm like, Haibo, izawugcwala nini na le moto? Because it's not calling. How? Then the guy comes now, and now it's a situation because I'm the only girl at the back. So obviously now they want to carry me. And it's quite a tricky situation because at back, the space is a bit limited. The guy who is now sitting next to me, he's quite a big guy, long legs and everything. And guy on the other side, there is no space for me to sit on top of him because the girl's seat is a bit pushed to the back. So I'm forced to now sit on top of this guy with the long legs. And now it's a situation where he's just trying to make me feel a bit more comfortable because, we're not very familiar with each other. So it's just like, girl, relax, I won't touch you or anything. How? Fine. But now it's a situation because I'm really not dressed for driving on top of somebody. And now the girl is wearing a bandage skirt with a slit, and I've got a duke that is like this high with a head. Like, it's just I'm a whole situation, Mina, alone. So now obviously there's no way you can't feel uncomfortable when you're sitting this high in a Golf. Okay, so now I'm having to like my head down, look down over the girl's seat. And I felt like, okay, maybe I can just leave. But sometimes you don't want to offend people. Uguti Umtu offered a lift, they were trying to be nice, and then now you're like, yo, guys, I think I'll just get a taxi. But right there was the moment where I was supposed to say, it's fine, guys. But I didn't, because why? I didn't want to seem like a diva. I don't want to seem like this girl who's being extra for the people. So I was there now, all uncomfortable, and I'm thinking, we'll get there soon, you know? And also because I'm like, I don't know where these people are going. Maybe someone will get off on the way. So how we go? But now I see the route that we're taking. I'm like, hey, or maybe this guy, Uza Jiga, we're going on Zamaya Road, and I'm like, hey, we're supposed to go inside most now. The guy doesn't go inside. Literally, like, just when we were about to arrive at the robots where I was thinking we're gonna turn in, does the driver not say to me, like, mo robotong. I was so shocked. I just like, yo, I didn't even say anything. And by the time I thought of responding, the guy had already stopped, like, after the robot. So now they're like, okay, girl. And it's already dark now. It's already dark. And this guy says, passenger's like, oh, are you going to be fine? Is it safe here? Do you know any people around here? You know, is it safe? Excuse you. This robot is by like a petrol station. So go busy, like there's shops, do you understand? So it's not a place where I can say I know people. It's just it's just busy. So I look at him and I'm like, I don't know, it's just random people. Yeah. Did a poet not go in on me? The brother with the long legs says to me with a very hard, like, with passion, he says, don't call them just people. They're not just random people. These are kings and queens. I'm like, wow, why didn't somebody, like, when I come in this car, think of me in that way to be like, if you're a queen also. But anyway, I was just like so annoyed by the whole ride, because during the ride, I was the odd one out. Inside all of these people who know each other. So as they converse, you know, I'm in the middle, and the conversations are like passing via me, and it was just a whole awkward situation. So already when he says that to me, I was just like, yo, I am ready to say something very rude. But I was just like, I'm already here, I'm outside the taxi, I'm just gonna let it go. So I say bye to them, and I get a small taxi, because there was no way I was gonna walk from there to my house, because I was not even prepared. I was feeling crappy. I get a taxi, and now I'm like, it taxi 12 rand, and it's not that far anymore. So I'm like, let me just pay with coins. And the coins make up to 9 rand. Was I not hit after getting off that taxi, thinking, wow, I experienced all of that, and I only saved 3 rand. Like, from that whole experience, I only saved 3 rand, like not even a whole 12 rand. Like, I could have just added 3 rand and had like a nice decent journey. I would have been fine. I would have gotten a nice seat in a taxi, comfortable, and it would have dropped me right at my corner. And as I get in the house, I usually like, you know, go in the mirror and have a moment. So as I was having my moments in front of the mirror in my madness, I see now my head duke piece is like, it's slanted, it's bent. And in that moment, I just realized, you know, sometimes we put ourselves through things. We compromise ourselves as people because we want other people to be comfortable, because we don't want to seem like the divas that we are. We don't want to seem extra. So we don't want to we always trying to accommodate other people's feelings towards who we are and what we are. And I honestly smashed myself. I hit myself, not physically, but you know, because I realized I couldn't blame them for that whole experience, because I had a choice. I could have chosen to say, guys, it's okay, like, you know, ngathi overload, and went on a taxi, because it was not as if like I was desperate. So in that process of us trying to, fit into spaces where we're necessarily not meant to fit, or where we don't fit, we put ourselves through pains, we add bitterness onto ourselves, and more than that, your crown, it falls off, or it moves. So you cannot be a queen or a king that guy says you are, if now you are putting yourself in a position where it's like this, the crown. So my learning out of all of that was to just, and not feel bad about having my crown up straight, not feel bad about saying no to certain things, saying no to certain offers, simply because I know ukuthi mengaya lapho, or mengayenza into leyo, my crown will be compromised, or a part of me will be compromised. So yeah, that is my story, and I hope that you'll take that lesson with you, and that you'll be more confident in who you are and what you stand for. If you see ukuthi girl iskete leso sigcokile asivumi ukuthi uyikhwele that thing and you are uncomfortable, don't khwela that bike. If you feel ukuthi bona ngihamba ngekwayikwai mina empilweni, so it's not gonna work for me to walk with you, for you to kapa me. No, it's fine, guys. Sizahlangana phambili, khwela itaxi. So yeah, I hope you guys just take that, and please remember to like and share the video, and also do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And stay tuned to more content, more videos, and other stories from other people. Thank you so much. Mwah.